Hi Vidya, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Vidya. I think it's important to firstly, of course, start off with the very bizarre time that we have been going through. I mean, how has it been for you?
Uh, I'd say I'm counting my blessings. You know, I'm grateful that my loved ones are all safe,
Mm.
and that's I think the most priceless thing at this point. Otherwise, it's been uneventful, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely. And I think how would you describe like the general vibe of the industry now that things are very slowly opening up over there in India?
I think people are itching to get back to work, like the rest of the world. Um, you know, I think there's a lot of excitement and hope and enthusiasm, and we're just having to hold ourselves back until we're given uh, the go ahead. Of course, things have started very in a very small way, but I think in a couple of months, uh, everyone will be shooting.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Vidya, firstly, I have seen Sherni and I have to say it is wonderful. And I
Thank
think
you.
it's a very, very different movie. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think we've seen anything like this at all in Hindi cinema so far, right?
I think so too, but I don't want to be presumptuous and say that. So I've been saying I think there's been no film like this, at least in the recent past.
Mm.
But what sets this film apart is the fact that it's not just a story set in the jungle; it is about the jungle, and I
Mhm.
think that really is the USP of the film for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think what's really beautiful is that it's very real. It's very it's just made in a very beautiful way. I think like the camera shots, the way it's edited, the entire cast, I think it's done very, very nicely. But in terms of your character, Vidya, what was it about her that made you want to do this film?
Actually, I have to admit that it was more the world
Hmm.
and the overall story um, that drew me to the film. And of course, the character is very different from um, anything I've done before because,
Mm.
she almost seems passive. Uh, but I think she seems passive. I say that very consciously because she is a doer. She goes ahead and does exactly what she wants to do, no matter no matter the consequences. And I think that takes a lot of courage. So in that sense, to me, she is a Sherni,
Hmm.
given that uh, that you don't need to roar to be a tigress.
For sure. Now, through the movie, Vidya, you're surrounded by quite a lot of males. Some of the dialogues that have been said to you, and your reactions, they've been very priceless. Your expressions, they've been
Thank you.
like it's like without saying anything, you still say a lot
Right.
in the movie. I mean, tell me what it's like being directed by somebody like Amit.
It is, and for lack of a better word, I've been saying this throughout the promotions that he's a very unusual director. His choice of subject, um, the way he, um, directs his actors, all of that is very unusual. The way he looks at the world, his concerns, the way he concerns himself with the world,
Mm.
or the way the world concerns him. All of that is so unusual. And that's what you see in the film.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in this film, it would have been so easy to make Vidya Vincent almost hyper masculine, given that she's in a male dominated world. And whenever we've seen women in male dominated worlds, whether it's the corporate world or the police, you invariably see them being very hyper masculine. But
Yeah.
he didn't fall for that. He didn't use that trope.
Mm.
So I think he doesn't go for the convenient. And that can be tough on the actors and that can be tough to grasp. But I think I like that challenge.
Yeah, and I think somebody like you, an actor like you take on those challenges so well. Whether it's a kahani, whether it's a sherni, I mean, whether it's a dirty picture, it's your work has been so different throughout the years, and I think that's what makes you you and makes you very, very unusual in your work, and that's why we look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing all your different projects. Is like, I wonder what she's going to do next. So it's always something very out of the box, and you know that I think sets you apart.
Well, thank you.
Really, really nicely. No, it's really, really lovely the work that you do. But I mean, the star cast again is just so fabulous in this. You know, you have Vijay Raj, you've got Neeraj Garbi, you've got they're just so fabulous. I mean, what do you have to say about them?
You know, they're all so seasoned that they. It almost seems like it's they say bhai hath ka khel, you know, it's like child's play for them. So on set we would all be bantering, and then we'd be called for a shot, and we'd just go to the shot and come back and continue from where we left off. So it was so lovely to be working with all of them, all of whom I've watched and admired in the past. You know, and then I get to work with all of them together, Brijendra Kala, Ila Arun, Mukul Chadda. So just such a wonderful bunch of actors, you know, and they make anything so real and believable. So I think it's acting is about reacting, and when you're faced with such a brilliant bunch of actors, it's that give and take is very it's an exciting and joyous one. You Sharat Saxena.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah.
All of them, yeah. I mean, all of you guys, I think it's casted really, really well. Each to their own characters. It's really fabulous. I mean, Vidya, you know, we've been talking about, you know, your movies that you've done and this one in particular, but do you kind of feel a sense of pressure in terms of signing on new projects? Because are you kind of conscious that your next project always has to be different? And because that's what we're so used to seeing from you.
No, you know, I have no choice but to look for something different because I get bored very easily. So I, to keep myself interested and excited and motivated, I look for different kinds of roles to play or different kinds of stories to tell, different kinds of stories to tell. So I think a little bit of that, and it's probably a two-way street. Those films find me, I find them, and it's worked out well. But there's no pressure. I think I'm very, very possessive about my decisions. They're solely mine. I'm very selfish about them. So I only do what I do for myself. It's a bonus that, you know, people love my work and appreciate it. And they tell me that that they expect something different from me. And I'm very grateful for that. But I have to admit that my decisions are I make them for myself.
But I think that's a really good thing that you do that, because like you said, you do it for yourself, and as long as you love the project that you're doing, I think automatically that shines on screen.
Yeah, I guess because, you know, I have to live through that experience.
Yeah.
And anyway, there are so many variables on every film set that could change or could alter the experience you're hoping to have. So at least as long as you're wedded to your role, as long as you feel that, oh my God, I want to be this person, you know, I think you're on safe ground.
For sure. Now, what are your views on this whole big screen release versus OTT? I mean, does it bother you?
No, not at all. Because do we have a choice at this point? We don't.
No.
And I think both experiences are very unique. The theatrical experience and the OTT experience. They offer you completely different experiences.
Yeah.
You know, one is a collective experience, one is a very personal one. One offers you a great freedom to choose from, you know, a great freedom to choose from amongst a variety of genres, formats, depending on your mood. So I think there are pluses to both, and both will thrive. But I'm happy that at this time when most people are still home, that we're able to take our film to their homes, and that to the people across 240 countries, given that this is a very universal theme.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that.
It talks, yeah, right.
Sorry, what were you saying? Sorry.
No, absolutely. You said definitely agree with that, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. And Vidya, I've also noticed on your Instagram, you've really been having a lot of fun with the fashion and the styling, with the promotions of this. You've been wearing some really cool stuff.
I'm losing your voice.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Is that better? I was just saying, you've been having a lot of fun with the styling and the promotions of this film. You've really like gone out with the whole theme of Sherni. So just give us a little sneak peek of what you're wearing today as well.
You know, I'm wearing a masaba sari, which is again like it's almost like a
how pretty
print. Yeah,
lovely.
Isn't it?
Love that.
Thank you. So I'm enjoying this. When we were discussing promotions a month and a half ago, we didn't know whether we'd be able to promote the film, even sitting in one place. And you know, so my stylist Pranay and Shauna were like, we'll try and get you all the possible clothes we can to make it look, at least every interview look different. And thankfully now we are able to do these interviews, and it is very helpful because, you know, I'm just having a great time, honestly. But also visually, it's, I think at a certain level, it does drive home the point.
Of course it does. I mean, your Instagram is looking really good.
Thank you.
It's looking really nice now. Vidya, tell me a little bit about any other projects that you're working on forthcoming, if you're able to, of course, that is.
Yeah, you know, I have said yes to 3 films. I don't know which one I'm starting first, so I'd rather keep quiet about it for the moment, but hopefully make an announcement soon.
Oh, well, looking forward to that. And I must tell you, just the other day, we were talking about you and Hum Paanch on my radio show. So we were just talking about how an amazing actress you are and how much love we have for you. So
thank you so much. That means the world to me. Thank you. Yeah. Lots of love to you and all of you.
Thank you so much, Vidya. All the best for this movie. All the best for your upcoming projects. And I'm glad you've signed a few so that we get to see more of you.
Thank you.
Really quickly. Thank you, Vidya. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.